Yep, go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Can you make me a host so
Oh,
I can share my screen?
yep. Just a second. Yep, you can share your screen now.
Okay. So I'm sharing my full desktop share.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the other days I was on my Mac machine. Today I'm kind of my Ubuntu machine. You can see my Ubuntu machine, right? Can you?
Yes, yes we can.
So this is my terminal window. Okay. So you can see what I'm typing here. Shall I make it bigger? That
Yeah, if you can maximize little bit, that would be
okay.
good.
Hold on. Control plus plus. Oh, how the hell do I make it zoom? View. How about now?
Yeah, much better.
Okay. Now today we'll do something very important and something that you should know very well. Uh, okay. You can see my screen, right? Can you see my screen console?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Now, what I'm going to do today is today I'm going to create a virtual machine, and we have done this. See, I think probably this virtual machine creation we'll do it several times because this is a very fundamental thing. This is the basic. You should understand what is happening behind the scene, and so on and so forth. Now, one of the things that you should know is how do you log in from outside the Google console. Now, remember, we're always logged in from within this cloud shell, but we're going to create a machine and then log in outside of the shell. So from your local machine, you should be able to log into the computer. Okay, now so I'll do the as usual things, but just observe what I'm doing different from what I have done before. You can see my screen, right? Okay, so I'm doing usual one. What I'm going to do, I'm give it a name that is easy to identify. Machine.
Maybe Rama, can you zoom your Chrome window, please?
Okay. How about now?
Yeah, much better.
Okay, so machine log test, right? Makes sense. Okay, so I'm not worried about labels as of now, and I'm choosing a region that's very close to where I live, and then I have an option to choose which zone I would like to be in. And for now, what I'm going to do is I am going to select a cheapest machine that's out there because so E2 micro. Okay, I don't need much activity. We're not going to do anything fancy on that machine. Okay, now so and what I'm going to do here is I mean I'm going to choose Ubuntu. Yeah, 16 will do. Let me choose something that's much more modern. Okay, select, and I'll leave the defaults as is. Okay, now there's only one change I'm going to make from what you have not done before. I'm going to click on security. Okay, and then I'll come to metadata. Where is that? Okay, hold on. Where is sorry, management security? Okay, so look here, SSH keys. So you guys know what an SSH key is? Who here knows what an SSH key is? Okay. Okay, so I'll briefly talk about it. See, these are the things that I would expect you to go back and then do your own research because this is a huge topic in itself. So think about SSH key as like a pair of keys. Okay, one is a private key and there's a public key. Now, if you want to log on onto any machine, right? Any machine. Okay, I'm going to just demonstrate here. So think about public key and private key is a pair. Okay, so they know each other. Okay, that one for one thing. And then public key is something that you share it with everybody. Okay. Now think about that small locks and keys that we have get in India, right? The lock, you can press it. Okay. Anybody can lock it, but only the guy with the key can open it. Right? Is it clear? Okay, I want active participation in this. Okay, if you don't understand it, you tell me that you don't understand it, so I can explain again. So think about SSH keys. It will always be a pair: public key, private key. Now, how do you create it? It's pretty simple. SSH key gen is a command that on Linux. Now, what I'm going to do is later on, I'm going to try it on one of your Windows machines and then see how it works. Okay, now here it says enter public SSH key. So my intent here is, my intent today here is that I'm going to create a machine on the Google Cloud, and I'm going to log in from my machine locally. Got it? So what I need to do, I need to establish some kind of a trust between my local machine, which is my laptop, and the machine that's sitting on the cloud. And the way I do is with SSH keys. So now this is my machine. Okay, so what I do is I already created an SSH key. Now how do you create SSH key? I think I leave it as an example for you to go and figure things out. Okay, so cd.ssh. So by default, okay, an SSH key is already created, and you can create it. So it always keys are stored here. Okay, now there are two keys, if you can observe. Okay, idrsa.pub, idrsa. Okay, this .pub is the public key. So let's see how it looks like. This is how it looks like. Okay, remember it has got a username somewhere in the tail end of the key. Okay, this is like alphanumeric, bunch of characters. This is how you encrypt the information between the client and the server. So think about it. So what is SSH? It's a secure shell. Okay, we call it secure shell. Okay, so from secure shell, you're going to log into another machine. So this is the public key. So this is the public key is the one that you always share. You never share the private key. Got it? So sometimes you can give the lock to your friend. You say, once your job is done, lock the room using this. So he doesn't need the key, right? So he locks it, but remember he cannot open it because the key is with you. Okay, now this is the, what do I call as? Let me copy this. Edit, copy, and I'm going to put it here. Okay. Now, as soon as I put the key here, it detects that there's a username called Ramakris. So our machine would be created with this username. Okay. So let's, you can see now clearly, right? So I'm not making any other changes. I mean, these you can allow it, but there's another change that I made that I would like you to see later on. Okay. Create. Okay. So this part we are familiar, except that this time around we are adding a SSH key. Are you guys following?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are following.
But see, this SSH key is very important. See, this SSH key, creating SSH key is actually nothing to do with cloud. Okay, it's all non-cloud Linux stuff. So to be a successful cloud engineer, you need to be very good in Linux. Okay, now The machine is created. Now, remember last time we did activate Cloud Shell? So we'll do that. We won't be needing it, but let's see what it has done. Okay, so ID. So remember, okay, what did it create? It created a username, ID, and logged in as Ramakris. Okay, now if you look at this, cd dot ssh. Okay, no worries. Okay, but let's observe this directory later on. Okay, there is no .ssh directory as of now. Okay, but that will get created once we log in and all that stuff. Okay, fine. So far so good. Now, how do we log in? What do you need exactly to log in? So I'm forgetting this. So guys, tell me, what do you need to log into a machine? Can you see my screen? Control plus plus. The heck is it? Why is it not zooming? Okay. Okay. Okay, guys, tell me. What do I need to log into a machine? And this is something that you should know. So if you're going to a web page, what you should know? What do you need? You need to know the web URL, right? So how do I log into a machine? I do SSH and the username and the machine ID, right? Okay, what is the machine ID in this case now? Remember, remember that the machine has got an external IP address, right? If you want to connect this away from the cloud, you obviously need the external IP. Now, this is to connect from within the network. This is outside the network. You know, we are on a public network. We are outside the network, so you need an external IP address. Okay, fair enough.
Yes, sir.
So for the first time, it's trying to connect, right? So it's checking the fingerprints. Think of fingerprints as something like a unique signature to identify each other. So what I do is yes, okay, permanently added to the list of. So okay, this is the same machine log test now, which I logged in from my. So this is the same machine, right? Now, okay. Now let me do one thing. Let me create a file. Okay. Hello test. So to make sure that this is the right file, right? Hello test.txt. Okay. vi. This is a sample test machine check for validation. Okay. Now this is the cloud, and then I'm checking the same machine from here. Okay, what directory did we create that in? Hello cloud test, right? Now why do we not find that in here when we logged in? Ramakri said cloud shell, host name, see default boost k. Let's see the host name here. Okay. We are in the cloud shell here. Okay, we need to log into. So okay, my blunder. I'm thinking like, what is this not working? Okay, so this is where we are. We are in the cloud shell, right? Okay. In fact, it's not what we should be in here. In fact, we should log on to this machine. Okay. SSH, open in browser window. You can see my browser window. Okay, so this is the machine that we logged into. You can see, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, host name. Okay, now what I will do is we'll just create a file, vi cloudtest.txt. Okay, this is for validation. Check from local machine. Okay, so this is I'm on the cloud shell. Okay, now here I'm on my local machine and I SSH into this machine. Okay, so okay, this machine what I'm showing you right now, where my browser is pointing, right? This one is on the cloud. This machine is on the Google Cloud. Now this machine, the terminal window is on my local laptop, but I SSH into this machine. So from this machine. Okay, now so whatever we created will be here again. Okay, cat. Okay, did you guys get it? Did I understand what I showed just now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, one other thing you should remember, how do these two recognize each other? So somebody should explain to me what is happening here. Like, for example, I am exiting it out. Okay. Okay. And host name, when I do host name, it is Rama K-Lenovo because it's my local machine. Okay. Now, when I do SSH, okay, got it, right? How does it allow me to log in without a password? What's happening? Can somebody explain?
Because we have shared the SSH key between your local machine and the cloud.
Yeah. So guys, do you understand what is happening? How that is allowing you to log in without asking for password?
Yes,
Guys,
sir. We have given SSH for public there in the GC Google
Yes.
Cloud, sir.
Yeah. So what happens is when you do SSH, right? What it does is, if you do .ssh, see when I do SSH, right? Okay, no, not this one. Okay, when I do okay, when I do SSH, right? When I do this, what happens is it will connect to this machine and then pass on this one. It will always send the private key encrypted because it is secure shell. Okay. Now this key goes to that machine. Okay. And then what it does, see, one thing you should remember here, if I do cd.ssh, right, there's something called authorized keys. Okay. when we set a key, what it did was it copied that public key that what we set during installation and put in authorized keys. Let's look at authorized keys. Cat authorized keys, right? If you look at authorized keys, it says added by Google. So this is the key that we copied. Remember? So this one, right? Think about this SSH keys, right? Public and private as like a wife and husband. They recognize each other. Got it? So when you send the private key, right? When you do SSH, it is going to send the private key, and then this private key and this public key form a pair. That's how the trust is established. They are like a pair, right? It's to think about it like this, right? So you and your wife go to somebody's house for the first time. I mean, you know the person, but your wife doesn't know. So you spend some time chatting and all that stuff. So next day, your wife goes, and they recognize, oh she's Rajshekar's wife or like whatever. Got it, right? That's how you trust established. So first time when you log in, it asks you for a prompt, yes or no, if you remember. Okay, that's the first time the trust is established, and then next every time it's going to remember, and then it will allow you to log in. Now for this to work, you have to enable passwordless SSH. It's somewhere in the Linux box settings, and that's how they recognize each other. Okay, so now you know how to log in, right? Now let's do this exercise on one of your machine. Who would volunteer? Who is excited to do this? We'll walk you through. Guys, come on. There are 8 participants. So Tirumala, would you be willing to share your laptop and then we'll do this exercise? It's going to be fun. Hello? I want one of you to volunteer. Akhila, do you want to do that? Unmute and speak, please. Hello, why is it nobody speaking? Jagdish, you want to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Hey guys, see, here's the thing, right? Next time I would insist that the one I pick up would be doing that. Okay, because see, I mean, don't just watch what I'm doing, because if you don't understand, see, these are the basics. In future, right, this will get a lot more challenging. So you guys should be ready for that. Okay, Jagdish, please share your screen.
Yes, sir, please.
And I'm stopping. Because after Jagdish, I'll pick up randomly another person, and then we're going to repeat this exercise, because this is something that you should understand really well. Are you sharing the screen, Jagdish?
Yes, I'm sharing now.
Yeah, share full screen, not just the Chrome window or browser window. Please share the full screen.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay. Before we get into that screen, right?
Yeah.
Open a terminal window on your machine.
I think he's using Windows, so it would be command prompt.
Yeah, the command prompt.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So now type SSH and see what you get. Okay, cool. Okay. Now cd.ssh. I know how it works on Windows, man. I need some help here. cd.ssh. No, cd space .ssh. You're changing the directory.
There should be a space between, yeah, cd space dot ssh. No. Yeah, hit enter. Okay.
The
looks like,
system cannot find the path.
Okay. So you never create a key. Now, first thing is you have to create a SSH key pair. Okay. So now Google for it, and then let me know what would be the best one. So I will also do it myself. Okay, I will send you a thing that will actually help you with that.
looks like he needs to install PuTTY in Windows.
Really? No, I think it will work, but we'll see. Actually, it doesn't need, but here is what we need. Okay, so let's do this. Where is that? Are you sharing the screen? Where is the comments place? Okay, I pasted a comment on the comment section. You take it and then put it on your window, terminal window. You have to make some modifications, but
Hello?
I think somebody is talking, man. Okay, Jagdish.
Yeah, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So put that command here, and then I'll help you with the modifying it. Okay. Now don't do anything. No. I just said, see.
Yeah, example,
Control
right?
C.
Oh, sorry. I don't.
Control C. I mean, see, when I put something, just see what it is, and then see. If you simply just cut and paste it, right? Now you have to delete. Press return. Just press return. You minimize that window, console window, and then you come back to the terminal window.
Sorry, sir. 1 second. Just.
Yeah, see, whatever I ask you to do, right? You should understand why I'm asking, and then you read everything I tell you to do. Can you close all your applications? They'll be hogging your RAM and everything. So while this is going on, right, I would want others to be ready with this exercise. So Akhila, you will be next. So whatever we are doing, make sure you have this working on your machine. So I would expect all of you to do this. What's happening, Jagdish?
Sorry, sir. 1 second, sir. 1 minute, sir. Actually, my
Okay, in the meantime, Akhila or someone, you can share your screen. So basically, what you need to do is open your command prompt and use this SSH keygen command, which is provided by Ramakrishna in the chat. Okay, so you need to change that last argument in the command line where it says your email at example.com. Change it to one of your email. Okay, and apart from that, rest of it is going to be same.
So let's pick up Akhila. So Akhila, can you share your screen, please? Unmute yourself and then speak. Because see, you guys should be on laptop. No mobile device and all that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, share your screen. Rashika, she may need Akhila to be made the presenter.
Just a second. I think I have set up. Yeah, multiple participants can share.
Okay, Akhila, go ahead and start sharing your screen.
Okay.
Because if you just listen to this, right, it's of no use.
Hello.
Yeah, Akila, we can see your screen.
Yes.
Hey, Jagdish, I stopped your screen sharing. So let me know once you're ready.
So type that command, cut and paste it there. Don't have to type it. Just cut it and paste it. Don't pick up carriage return. Just it'll be on your Zoom. So this window, close it permanently. You don't need this thing. Okay.
So Akila, on top of your screen, you see a green one, right? Like sharing your screen. And there you can see like view options and you can find a chart window in there. Are you able to open chart window?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So copy that and put it in a note file first. Copy that and paste it into a notepad and then enter your email there and then you can simply paste it here. Or you can change it here. Either way, that's fine. Whatever is easy for you.
Jagdish, how are you doing?
In the
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
meantime-
You're ready?
Yeah.
Did you run the command?
No, actually, I'm trying.
No, what do you mean trying? So what happened? Akila, can you proceed or no? You seem to be silent. Do you know how to cut and paste?
Yes, sir, but it's not working.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, if you cannot paste it, yeah, type it quickly.
No, see, that's why. That's the problem. See, this typing will not work. That's why the easiest thing is to cut and paste like what Jagdish did before. Okay, so let's get to the basics. Do you know how to? Okay, that's anyway a wrong command, so that's not going to work. So whatever you're typing. So what I'm saying is, do you know how to do cut and paste?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, then do it. Control C. Select the text. Control C. And then Control V. Yeah. Okay. 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 So remember. Okay. Control C. Control C. Don't do anything. Control C. Remember, I said don't pick up the carriage return.
And in the meantime, other participants, please try same thing on your laptop, okay? Pick up the command from chat box and try it in your laptop.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Let's go with her. So, Akila, so keep going. Keep going. I think whatever it is, we learn from mistakes. Keep going. Press return, return, return. Press return.
Enter.
Enter
Yeah.
again. Yes. That's it. Again. Yes. Again. Yes. Okay. Now, remember what it's created a file in what directory? Users hp.ssh, right? Go to the directory. cd.ssh.
Chaproja.
Space. No. How do you change that? Go from one directory to another directory.
Yeah, there should be a cd space .ssh. .ssh. Yeah.
Do a dir. See, this, okay, do a dir. Get
dir.
the file list there. Okay. Now, there are two keys, right? So, Akila, now you have to answer this question. There are two files, right? What are those files? Akila, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so answer something, no? I mean, like, see, you cannot keep wasting time like this. I'm asking what those files are. Please
See,
read out the files.
yeah, Akila, feel free, okay? If you know the answer, then just speak up. If you don't know the answer, just tell upfront, okay? That you don't know.
I don't.
No, I'm asking what are the files there? At least see, the first thing is you have to read the name of the file, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so read it, please.
3092 bytes.
What? No, the directory has got two files, right? What are the files?
ID.
What?
ID RSA, ID underscore RSA, and then another one is ID underscore
ID
RSA
underscore
dot pub, right? Those are the two files.
So
Yes.
remember when you created a SSH key, it always create a pair. Like think about like wife and husband logic. Okay. I'll leave it up to you which one you want to call wife and other what is husband. Okay, it's irrelevant. But one of them ends with .pub. What is that?
public.
Yeah. So see, that's what I expect you to remember, that whenever, see, I told you this, it's like there are two keys. One is a public key, another is a private key. Okay, open. So do a type on that. I want to see the contents of each of those files. Get me the contents of these files, please. So how do you get the contents of that file? Akila? If somebody asks you, can you show me the file? How do you show? Hmm?
I don't know.
Okay, do a type on it. I don't know, a type space.
Remove the ID.
Type space and then the file name. ID underscore RSA. Yeah, return. Okay, now expand the window so people can see what it is, right? Okay, now what is this file? This is the private file, right? Now do the same thing for other file.
Type space.
Yeah, I don't know what are you doing, Akila?
Type space. File name.
Hey, so are you guys comfortable in Linux Windows commands at all or no? Because otherwise it will be very challenging for you.
Yeah, looks like those basics are missing, Rama.
I have 25 commands in Linux. I have the trackers. I have the one document, sir.
Yeah, you can share, but see, we're not even
I'll
going
share
to
that.
Linux, right? We're on Windows. Windows is the machine that Akila, how long have you been using Windows operating system?
It's 1 week, sir. 1 week.
So you
Only
never
1
used
week,
laptop before?
Sir?
Is this the first time you're using laptop?
Yes, sir.
You have a long learning curve. So okay, so let's come back to Jagdish. Jagdish, can you share your screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please.
Actually, some network issue. It's working slowly, sir. That's why.
Okay, now you Control C on that thing and then repeat that exercise. So before that, you remove your.
Yeah.
Okay, press again.
Actually, I'm entering these letters, but it is
No,
not.
don't do anything. Don't do anything. Control C.
Control C only. Okay.
Okay, now run the same command again. Now, but instead now, use that up arrow will automatically bring you the command. The up key.
Okay.
Yeah. Now change that your email at. Remove the quotes. You don't need the quotes. Just remove it.
Okay.
And.
So my Gmail ID, right?
Yeah, in fact, any dummy will work for now. Or make it like test user at google.com, something like that. It doesn't really matter, but give it Jagdish, okay, at jagdish.com. Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. Now, the quote you remove or put the quote additional. You do one of those things.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it okay?
.com. No, what is that? Why is that? You fix that last letter.
Sorry, 1 second. Yeah. Is it okay, sir?
What is it? Come, COME.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Okay, return and then keep returning a couple of banks.
Can I enter it?
Yeah. Enter. Multiple enters. Enter again. Enter again.
Same
Enter again.
process. Yeah.
Okay. Now do a cd.ssh, cd space dot ssh. Okay. Do a dir, whatever you do.
And
dir.
directory. Okay.
See, I haven't used Windows in like ages. Okay. Now here, so for every one of you, right, there are two keys here. So I'm going to explain again. These two keys
Yes,
are
sir.
like,
Please.
what happened?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
So these two are like, think of it like wife and husband, and they recognize each other. So ID RSA and ID RSA.pub, they're like a pair. Okay. They are wife and husband, and they recognize each other wherever they are. Let's say if they are lost in the crowd, they can recognize each other, right? I mean, they're like group of 100 men, and then if you tell a woman, I go and pick up, call her husband, she'll go and pick up her husband, bring him back. So they are that kind of a pair. Okay. So when you see your husband at a place, then you always trust that place, right? Typically. Got it? Your husband
Yes,
is
sir.
on the other side of the fence, and then he calls you, and then you go. So you know that it's a trusted place. Okay, and vice versa. Okay, so let's look at those both these files. So do a type on ID RSA. Return. Okay, so this is the private key. So you see, this private key will be usually be very long. Okay, and this is something that is your secret. You don't give it to anybody. It's kind of sitting in your laptop. Understood? Okay. Now type the public key, please.
Yes, sir. Type space RSA dot pub.
No. See, check out what's the file name, id underscore rsa.pub. In fact, you can customize
Sorry,
those
sir.
names. They're not fixed. Dot pub.
Okay.
Press tab, it will fill up for you. Okay. Now this is the what is this key? It's called the public key.
Public key.
Okay. Now copy the public key for now.
Yeah.
Okay, and then let's come to the cloud. Okay, let's bring up minimize this window and then bring up your cloud Google console.
Yeah.
Okay, so you created this machine already.
Yeah, it's created.
Okay, so now you have to did you create with the public key?
No.
No, right? Okay, so delete it and then we'll recreate it again. Scroll to the right. The small scroll button. See, click the dismiss. That dismiss guy is annoying.
Yeah. I closed it now. Yes, sir.
All the way.
So,
Now delete it. The three dots are there, right?
yeah. So
I mean, there's a trick that you can use to do that, but I'm not going to tell you those tricks. And there's plenty of tricks, but we'll do the normal thing. Okay.
okay, sir.
So if you want to, if the machine is already created, how do you do? And they're all the background tricks, and then the way to do it right and everything. But let's go through so create an instance.
It's already instant one is created, it is deleted. That's why it is
That's fine.
come
Okay.
by two, right?
So create another one.
Yeah. Can I go with default?
Yeah, but create a cheapest one. See that one shared 4 GB RAM and all that is not cancel. Machine type, you click. Yeah, click on that. And then go to that 1 GB, the cheapest one, E2 micro. Always create the micro thing whenever you are doing this kind of exercise, because you don't need 4 GB RAM or whatever. Okay, come down and then come down. Okay, and come to security.
Yeah. So can I click on allow HTTP traffic and this one?
Yeah, you can, but we're
Can I
not
do
going to
it?
use it, but it's free to do it.
Okay. Okay. Security
See, I
only,
want you
right?
to explore things like whatever you're saying, right? What does this do and all that, okay?
Yes, yes.
Okay, now click on security, and then here it says enter public SSH key. Now copy that public key that you just saw, not the private key. You should never leave. You should be very careful not to give out the private key. So copy the public key. Okay.
Yeah, copied.
So remember, it parses the key and then it set the username as Jagdish. So when you create this machine, it will create a user ID Jagdish. Okay, create.
If any other wrong password will copy, na, that would be I mean it shows, na.
So okay, so here's the thing. Suppose that you missed a character.
Yes, sir.
It will somehow figure it out that you messed
If any
it up.
missed password.
Yeah. So that part. But if it is not working, it only means the key copying is wrong or something like that. Okay. Yeah. Create. Okay, it is failing. Actually, do the process again. You know, this is like a junk. So what it is doing is that cheaper machines, right? That 1 GB, there are a lot of them are error prone. Let's say you create like 10 of them and 5 will fail and then 5 will pass. And the reason my understanding is that Google is intentionally doing it so you don't pick up on those cheap machines. But you can create the same thing again, it will work. But actually, so delete it. Click on it. So if you click
Can
on
we
it,
do that, sir?
red button,
can we edit in the same instant? Can we edit this?
Yeah.
Can we edit?
And then select and delete.
Is it any access? I mean, is it any possibility to only edit this instant?
No, click on it and then choose and then delete it.
Okay.
Anyway, do one thing. Yeah, delete. Karo. If it's not deleting, don't worry. You can delete later, but create one more. Same process.
Okay.
This micro instances is right. Google doesn't want you to use that many.
So okay, can we go for default 4 GB?
Yeah, okay, go for the default. Yes, okay, you don't need to add anything. Leave it.
Okay.
Yeah, so come down, let the defaults remain, and just add that public key and a security.
It's a 4 GB. Okay. Then go to security.
And then add the security and scroll down.
Yeah, paste it here.
Yes, and then create. Just create. So now remember that it created a default network for you. So this one will always work because Google guys are stingy guys, man. Okay, just dismiss that thing that is annoying. That related actions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 1 second here.
So it is the one on the bottom of your instance list, Jagdish. Related actions, dismiss.
So that your machine is ready. Now the red thing, just select it and then delete it, or you can delete that later. So now.
Yes, I'll do that later.
Okay. Now we have to do scroll to the right and then SSH into that device. From
Yeah.
from a go, yes. We'll examine it. Open in browser window.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
Yeah.
So rest of you guys, you're following through, right? This is very important.
Yes, sir.
Actually, my system is very slow. My RAM is only 4 GB. Is it slow?
It's okay. It will do fine. That's why, see, whenever you're sitting for this class, right, close all your other apps that you're running.
Yeah,
You may
sir.
be running a dozen or so applications, okay? Microsoft Word, everything. You just kill all of those. And browser should only be the one. Browser and your terminal window those are the only things that needs to be available. Okay. Now, so this is you're logging in from the console, okay, cloud console, okay. Do ls manage l.
Sir, sorry.
ls minus l. ls.
I mean typing
Okay. Do a
typing here,
cd
but
dot
it is not.
ssh.
One
Do a
second. I'm
cd dot
typing here.
ssh.
It is not type. I'm not seeing in on screen, sir. One second.
What is that?
I'm typing, but it is not.
Okay,
Unable
that
to
means
see
you're not
anything.
sharing the full desktop. You're only sharing your browser. Okay, I can see now.
ls space
Dash l. And no.
dash l.
Yeah. Yeah.
So can I enter?
Yeah. Now, yeah. So just do a cd dot ssh. Space. No. CD means what? What I'm doing is CD is change directory to SSH.
Okay.
So, yeah. Return. Okay. Do again ls minus l. The same command that we ran previously. Okay. Now, what is this authorized keys? Now, do a cat space AU authorized and then press tab. It will automatically fill it up for you. Press tab. Just press tab. After that auth tab. Okay, no, tab key, tab key. Just press
Yes,
the
sir.
tab key. Yes.
Yeah.
Tab key will help you with auto completion. Okay.
Okay,
yeah.
sir.
Press return, boss. Okay. Now, what is this exactly? This is the same thing.
Added by Google.
This is the same thing. This is the same public key that Google has added. Okay.
Yes, sir.
The public key is the same key that you have added. Okay. Now, go back to your terminal window. Okay.
Command prompt,
just
right?
hang on. Now here, just type ID. Just type ID on this machine. ID. I and D. Yeah. Return. Okay. So your ID is Jagdish Kumar _ Bandi. So where did you get that? Did you add that Jagdish Kumar _ Bandi somewhere in the key?
No.
So somewhere it introduced that
While
Jagdish
using
Kumar
the Gmail, I am using this mail ID.
Okay. So go back to your terminal window.
Yeah. Go to command.
Yeah, command prompt. Yes, so command prompt is what I typically call the terminal window. It's called the application itself is called terminal, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So somewhere when you in your settings, right, it kind of figured out that your username is Jagdish Kumar _ Bandi somewhere. I think it's on Windows. Probably it is different. Okay. Now, how do you log into the machine?
Yes.
How do you log into the machine? What do you need to log in? You need SSH
So
command,
public SS command and public key. Yeah.
a public IP address, right? And a username.
Yes. Yes, sir.
So let's go and try it out.
SSH. I'm sorry. So can I copy this key, sir?
Which
ID?
one? No. Why do you need to copy the key? For what? Why are you trying to copy the key? Okay, you know how this communication works. When you're SSH into another machine, right? It underneath, it secretly takes the private key with it.
Okay.
You don't have to do anything. So now SSH and then Jagdish Kumar underscore Bundy or whatever, and at the rate of the public IP address. No. It's the only the username is good and at the rate of that machine IP address. So, okay, I'll show you how I logged in.
Yeah. Can you please, sir?
Okay. The options. Okay, let me share my screen.
Yeah, please.
Okay, you can see my screen, right?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, so how am I logging in? How am I logging in?
SSH. Okay, your ID and IP address. At the rate IP address.
Right. That is the public IP address. Okay. Now, in my case, see, my ID is simple Ramakris. I think I know in Windows it is somehow putting that extra whatever. I don't know what it does. So anyway, so what do you need? SSH, user ID, and the IP address. Now, okay. Now I'll stop sharing and you go ahead, please. See, if you are willing to put the effort, right, and then I'll help you out. So I expect that you put the. You
So
should make
IP
the effort now.
address. Sorry, I forgot my IP address actually. Here.
Okay, it's on your cloud. It's on your
Yeah.
cloud console, right?
Yes.
Are you sharing your screen, Jagdish?
One second, sir. I'm sharing now. అమ్మ నేను కాల్లో ఉన్నాను మళ్ళీ ఇప్పుడు. Can you able to see my screen?
No. Anybody can see?
Yes, sir.
Okay, looks like yeah, it's there. Looks like it is there. Okay. Now on a notepad, right? You type the command that you're going to use. Otherwise, we'll be wasting a lot of time. So open up a notepad and then type the
Okay, sir.
command that you're going to use and show it to me, please. Yeah.
At the rate IP, actually IP I forgot it. One second, I'm checking it IP.
No. Where do you check the IP?
One second.
What's the best way to check the IP? Go to the Google console. Why are you checking here?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, boss.
IP config is
No, you can get it there, but IP config. See, one thing you should remember: the virtual machines themselves do not know their external IP.
okay.
They only know. Okay, you give IP space A. IP space A. Okay. Now we'll see how many interfaces does it have. It should have. It has got only one interface. Return. Okay. Now the first one is what is a local loop. Second one ENS4. So its IP address is 10.126.0.2.
10.120. Where is it?
INET
10.128.
10.128.0.2.
Yeah.
That
This
is
is
the
the IP.
IP address. Now above that there is one long IP address. That is the IPv6 link ether. That is
Link
IP.
ether
Don't have to worry about it.
42. Oh, this one now. Fine.
Okay.
So INET is our IP, right?
Yeah, that's your IP address. Remember, how does he get that number from? Remember we talked about it. How does it get that number from and where?
In console.
No.
Google console.
It is giving, but okay, you can set those IP address ranges, right?
Yeah.
So where does it pick that up from?
While creating the machine,
We didn't
it is
mention
IP address.
these numbers.
It's a defaultly showing IP address. Sir.
Yeah, so that is a default network that we created.
Yeah.
Okay. So next time when you create another machine, it will have IP address 0.3 or 4, whatever.
Okay.
But right now, it doesn't list the external IP. Have you seen external IP there?
No.
Yeah, because that 10.128 is known only locally.
Okay.
Like within your office, right? People know Jagdish Kumar is.
Yes.
But if you go to the Abid Square and then call Jagdish Kumar, right? You'll have plenty of Jagdish Kumars and you won't pick up the right person, right?
Yes, sir.
Now you need the external IP address. So what is that? Now external IP address you'll find on the Google console. See, the external IP address is not known to these people, these virtual machines.
Okay.
The virtual machines themselves do not know their external IP. Why is that? See, remember that external IP is like a floating point address that you can keep changing.
Yes. So like
Okay.
a internet.
Yeah. So
Internet IP.
get the IP address from the console, the user interface. So where do you get it from? How do you get the external IP address for this? Jagdish, open that Google console, that window, that all blue color, dismiss, all that is there, right? Yeah. Scroll to the right. Yeah. So
here internal IP
what is that
10.128.0.2.
that is internal IP. Look at that label for that about top. What does it say? It says internal label.
Internal IP.
So what do you need is an external IP because you're trying to connect to the machine from outside.
Yeah.
Okay. Now external IP. Click the external. Check the external IP. That is
External IP.
34.71 dot.
Yes.
Copy karo.
Yes. So can we use only external IP here?
Yes, you can. You have to use only external IP.
Okay.
Now, so pick up the whole thing. Okay, and put it here. Now expand that window, clear the window, and then okay. No, you cut it right. Okay, return. Did you press return? Okay.
The authenticity of the host 34.71.9.140 is the external IP can't be established. It's showing.
Yes, because this is the first time. So remember that the first time it is coming with some fingerprint. It says, okay, are you sure you want to continue? So this, it will ask only for the first time.
Okay.
Okay, not afterwards. Yes.
Warning, permanently added 34.71.9.140.
So
Permission denied.
why is that? So the only problem is it Jagdish Kumar _ Bundy? Is that right? How do you know what the username is? Tell me.
Actually, I take the username from the console.
Yes. Okay. From the console, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, there's only
I
one
think,
reason why it could be failing.
This one, Shaji. I'm telling you. Jagdish Kumar _ Bundy. One second. A username here, jagdishkumar.bundy@gmail.com is there.
So that's okay. That's okay. No, that doesn't matter. No. Press ID here.
ID?
Return. Okay.
Jagdish Kumar
There it says,
Bundy.
right, Jagdish Kumar _ Bundy. That is exact username.
Yes.
Okay. Now come back. Let's see. So let's debug. What does it say? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now there could be several things. Now let's go back to permission denied public key. Okay. Why would it say public permission denied public key? So there are several reasons for it, but we'll check one by one. Okay. So have you, okay, one thing I should trace. Now, okay, why is it failing on your machine? Okay, let's debug. Now, come back to your console.
Okay, sir.
This will be a very good exercise to check. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, by default, all the ports are closed. Okay.
Okay.
All the ports. Remember SSH, when you were doing SSH, where does it go? What port number does it attack on? It attacks on port number 22. Okay.
Where is it? Where is it, sir?
Yeah, I'll show you. So bring back your console window, that graphical user interface.
So can I enter here?
No, the UI user interface where you create virtual machine. Go back to that window where you create virtual machine.
Yeah. This one.
Yeah. Okay. Now expand that window. See. Okay. Now come to the top left where there are the three buttons. Right. Let's go to the network.
It's a menu, right?
No. There, leftmost. You want to go to networks. So you're in the compute engine, right? You have to go to the networks. Top left. Yeah. Click on that and then click on networks. Come down.
VPC network?
No. Come down. VPC networks. Come down. Come down. Okay, I'll tell you exactly where you should go. Give me a second.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what is that? A phone? Somebody's phone? Can you disable it, please? Okay. If you go
Sir,
all the
here
way
network
down,
security is there.
network.
Network
Okay, I'll show
security,
you.
network
If you can
service.
just come back on. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen and then I'll show you what we need to do.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Where is my screen option? Okay. So you can see my screen now. Guys, can you see my screen?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No? I'm sharing, man. Okay, let me stop again.
Yeah, you can do it one more time.
Okay, I'm doing it again. Okay.
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay, now, so what I do is, I'm coming to the main place here. Okay, and then coming down to the marketplace. Man, this shitty thing. Okay. So, okay, I had to make this smaller. Otherwise, okay, so what I'm doing is I'm coming down all the way VPC network. Okay. Got it right? VPC network, and then this is your default network. Okay. This is a default network that you're using, and that's how you're getting this 10.128 IP addresses. Okay. External
Okay.
IP addresses. You click on, so this is the one that has been assigned to my virtual machine. Okay. Now the thing that you would needing is firewall. Now what is firewall? Firewall is a security mechanism that will prevent or allow a machine to connect to your machine.
Yes.
Got it? So in Windows by default, I know Windows has got its own firewall and then to close all the ports. Okay. So hackers typically get in taking advantage of ports that are open. So by default on Google, right, all your machines ports are all closed by default, except those that Google would open it. Okay. By default, all your ports are closed. Now, so open up your firewall, and then we'll create a firewall rule so that you can allow SSH. See, this is a default allow SSH, right? Now, we'll fix that first. I mean, there are several things that may need fixing, but we'll fix one by one. Okay. Okay. Jagdish, share your screen now. You saw, right, what I did?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, let's assume this doesn't work. You guys will have to research and figure it out. Okay, I can help you later, but this is a good exercise because it's all at this time. It's all your ingenuity and how you can learn new things. It's more like checking up your power connections.
Is it Windows OS only? Can we go ahead with the Linux? That would be very good for us, right?
No, Linux is always the preferred method, but you guys don't have Linux, right?
Yeah, sir. Actually, I'm multi OS. I'll do that.
Yeah, if you can get me a Linux machine, right, it will be like a dream because you'll do I don't know what Windows does, why it creates username like that. Okay, now come to VPC network underneath. Scroll down. Not this one. You should go down. Yeah. Okay, VPC networks. Yes. Firewall. VPC networks, firewall, yes. Hmm.
So can
So
you
it is
click on remind
already,
later?
no, you don't have to come down and see if the, come down. If it is, so, okay, default allow SSH, yes. So it's automatically doing. So remember, so what it is doing is, it is actually applying these default rules from the top, okay? And it keeps, for every machine that is there, it will apply these rules. So default allow HTTP, default allow HTTPS, default allow ICMP. What is ICMP used for? It's used for like ping, for example, right?
Okay.
Okay. Now, and then if you remember, when we created a machine, allow HTTP and allow HTTPS.
Yes.
That's why these two rules have been added, the first two.
We did not select it actually.
You didn't select it?
No.
Okay, then maybe this rule is disabled. Okay. And the next, default allow ICMP, which is like the ping command that is used. Okay. Default allow internal. So internally, it will allow all TCP/IP. If you click on it, right, it will show you. Internally, allow every machine to connect to every machine. Okay. Default allow RDP. Internally, allow every machine to connect to every other machine. Okay. Now click on this default allow SSH and we'll see, examine it. The last one, default allow SSH.
Yeah.
Click on it, go. And then we'll see what are all the settings. Okay. Description, allow SSH from anywhere. Okay.
So can I click on edit?
No. Let's observe what is set. Okay. Now, network is default, the default network that has been provided and then which we are using, right?
Yes.
And then ingress, direction is ingress. What does ingress mean? Anybody wants to answer? What does ingress mean?
Don't know in this.
Okay. So incoming connections are all called ingress and outgoing connections are called egress. INGRESS, EGRESS. Okay. Ingress is.
Please tell me again, sir.
What is that?
Ingress
and egress.
Egress.
EEG. I'll put it here.
Ingress for only incoming network, right?
Okay. So you'll keep hearing all these in your cloud discussion. So you should remember this. Okay. And source filters, IP ranges. IP ranges is 0.0.0/0 means allow everything. What does it mean? From any machine IP address, you can connect to it. Now, for example, in your case, right, if you want to connect to this machine on the cloud only from your laptop, then you give your IP address of your laptop. Okay. Now you don't have an external IP address, but then if you type what is my IP, right, it probably gives an IP that is assigned by your company, your cable company. If you give that, then only from your laptop you'll be able to access the cloud machine. Okay. So protocol 22. Okay. It's enforced, enabled, inside. So if you click on edit, go up, click on edit. Okay. Now here, okay, you can turn on logs on and off, and then this is priority. And then come down. It says allow on match all instances in the network. Okay. Or you can actually choose, click on the down arrow, all instances on the network. Click on that and see what other options are available. Yeah. Specifies target tags and specified service account. Remember, in the when you created the machine, there is something called network tag, which we never created. Okay,
Yes.
this is useful for that. So when you can actually create network tags and then make sure that only those machines in the network tag can talk to each other. Okay, so okay, you can escape that. And then source filter IP ranges. You can actually specify an IP range, like allow only this IP addresses range machines to talk to my machine. Okay, okay, you can close that. We'll revisit this later on again. Now source IPs. Now you can actually give any specific IP address there, or a range of IP address. Okay. Now come down. Now here it says allow all. You can do specified ports and protocol ports. Okay, come down. Again, come down. Okay. Now you can actually disable this this thing, but we're not going to do anything, right? Okay, just close this. So I think your firewall rules are set. Now the only thing that is bothering is the file permissions for your SSH key. Okay. So this is where you'll be needing your Windows.
Okay.
Very unique system.
Mm.
Do you know how to change the file permissions on Windows?
Mhm.
You
Admin
mean
panel. Huh?
equivalent for chmod?
Yeah, what's the equivalent for chmod on Windows?
I got to search. I don't know on top.
So, most likely your thing has to do with file permissions on. This is like a one-time setup. We have never done it, so you'll have to do it. Let me see what on mine. So on Windows, let me share my screen. I'm sharing my screen, right, or no?
Please, sir.
I don't know whether I'm sharing it or not.
Please share it. It is not visible
Okay,
now.
I'm sharing it. So I got this permission denied public key when I connect to SSH here. So you can see, right? You don't have the matching key on our machine location. That's not true. So do you have an access to a Windows machine, Jagdish? Sorry, Linux machine?
Now, no, sir. So tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I'll do that. Actually, my one of the network person is there, my friend. So I'll do that tomorrow.
Okay. So here, two things. Most likely, it is your public key file permission problem.
Public key file permission problem. Okay. So anyone, friends, anyone do you have the Linux OS Ubuntu?
So Rama,
So how can we solve it, sir? Is go for Linux OS only, or
No. You can solve it on a Windows. I mean, typically, right? It has to do with your file permission. So the public SSH keys, right? In my case, right? If you see, so these are the permissions that these files should have: read, write, and read. This kind of permissions.
Okay.
So RW, which is like what? I mean Linux. So if you do it on your machine, right? Check
So
it on your machine.
can we enable it in a command prompt?
No, I don't know. How do you change the permissions, file permissions on Windows?
Yes,
I suspect that is what is happening. Okay.
So Rama, I have my MacBook. Can we try on this? I'm getting the same error too.
So is the first time you created a public key?
Yes.
Okay, let's debug Rajshekar's thing, and then on Mac it will be very easy.
Yeah.
So let's go back. Can you share your screen?
Yep. All right. So this is my mission.
And it says you allow public keys, right? Okay. Now
Yeah.
let's go back to your SSH keys. Let's look at your SSH keys. On your terminal window. Okay. Now SSH Shaker. Okay. cd.ssh.
Yeah.
So SSH keys .pub cannot be all 777, boss.
Okay. I mean, I just changed it to try it that
Okay.
way.
So you should never be. That's what it's restrictive thing. CH mode. What was it? Is it 400? No, it should, no. It should never be. It should always be. What's the correct permission for SH keys? Give me a second. It should be like something like 400 or whatever.
Oh.
Okay. I'll tell you what it is. Type CH mode 400 and SSH keys.pub. Okay. So you have multiple. Okay. Do ls man as well. No, it has to be read and write 600. I think. Sorry. Okay. Now here is the thing. Since you change the keys name, you should actually explicitly give a key name. Okay, so let's no. It cannot be over permissive. It has to only 600.
I think by default it had read write write. Oh, sorry.
Okay, by default, how did it have? Okay, let's start from the beginning, boss. Let's create a fresh pair of keys.
Okay.
And don't give specific key names. Just do SSH keygen. And
All right.
yeah. Return. Yeah. Now go to .ssh.
Yeah, I'm on .ssh.
Okay. Now do ls man as well. Okay. Now remove that SSH keys.pub and SSH keys. दोनों निकाल देना. Yeah. And then SSH keys. Okay. Now go and create a fresh VM. Copy the public key. We'll create one more. Technically, you can hack into this and then add it to authorized keys and do an SSH.
Yeah, actually, I was doing that before. So right here, right, like edit the existing instance and delete this.
Add it here. Add one more. You can add one more. That new edit. Yeah. Now you may have to reboot it.
You mean reboot my machine?
This VM instance. Save it.
Okay.
Save, right? Now reboot it.
Yeah, just update.
Actually, okay, no need to reboot. Let's try Raj K,
Mm-hmm.
and then from there, then we can debug. Okay, but it's saving, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Create. Go back to the terminal window. Extern, white extern. Okay. Go to SSH. Okay.
So
Now, Arshekar Badulu, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm inside.
Yeah. So, so you saw that, right? Jagdish. Now, okay, if you do an ls-l on that keys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do an ls-l on the keys.
Oh.
ID RSA and ID pub.
Okay, I'm going to log out from.
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Exit. Just step exit. Okay.
Yeah.
ls-l. Now, so ID RSA is like RW, right?
Right.
That's what it should be always.
Okay.
Okay. Now, in his case, that Windows machine, I don't know how do you make that Windows machine. I don't know. Now, if you change that to RSA to something else, say permission, it will actually give permission denied because it doesn't want the file permissions to be
Okay.
a
Okay.
lot more permissive. That's why, see, you kind of probably changed it, so that's why we went through the clean process. Now, in your case, Jagdish Kumar, on Windows, okay,
Sir.
on Windows, how do you check file permissions for?
I need to check that actually. So is it manually or is it like
Actually, it should work
command prompt?
straight out. See, that's the problem with SSH on Windows. I mean, I never use it, honestly.
Okay.
So, do you know Rajshekar? On Windows?
No, I'm not familiar. I'm just trying to understand how that works in Windows.
So anyway, yours works, right, Rajshekar? So that's
it
understood
works
the process.
Yeah.
The only place it can fail is when you close it the port 22 or your file permission has changed.
Yeah.
On Windows, okay, do a dir on Windows, boss. Jagdish, share your file. Share your thing, please. Open your terminal window and share your terminal. Okay, do an dir on those files and then see whether it shows any file permissions. What is the command to show file permissions?
Let me check that.
So Jagdish, that's the only reason. I mean, Windows, I don't know how to debug it.
Okay, sir.
How do you do that now on Windows? But I know that your thing only to permission denied. Windows SSH.
Sir, can you show that in your mission entire process, and we'll do it next time. And our side will do practice by.
Jagdish.
Yes, sir.
Just try this, okay? I'm going to give you a command.
Yes, sir. In charter?
Yeah, in the chat, I'm going to give you this.
Yeah, please.
Just try this out and let me know what you get. Type this command CLS space files.
It's showing like this. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Change right, full control. Actually, we have to give full control, sir.
Oh, no. It is asking, like, you see the first note, cal CLS is now deprecated. Please use IC, add I before everything, add I.
Okay. 1 second. Is it before capital I, right?
Yeah. And do one thing, remove E and P as well. Just type
Okay.
iCal and files. Yeah.
We have to see actually what is the files. File system cannot find the file specified, successfully processed 0 files. Failed processing 1 file. It's showing like this.
Okay. So do one thing, remove files. Just type ICA CLS. Okay. So what?
It's showing. We'll
Scroll
save
up.
the CLS.
Scroll up. No. Your command prompt. Can you scroll up? Okay. Yeah. So basically, this is giving you a lot of notes here, right? Yeah. Hold on. Hold on.
Showing directories.
Yeah. Scroll down.
Is it something? Actually, some points are Grant, some points are Denny.
Okay, do one thing.
Sigwin.
Can you install Sigwin, boss?
Huh?
Sigwin.
No, sir.
You may need to install Sigwin so that we can debug it much better.
Sigwin, huh?
Yeah.
Only I have the only softwares like Sigwin, no.
SYG Win. SYG.
Sublime is there.
What does Sublime do?
This is like a hosting of the website temporarily.
Yeah. This is what I just sent to you. I'll put on the text. Sigwin is install Sigwin and then we'll change the file permissions to.
Okay. Can I download from the Google?
Yeah, you should be able to download from Google.
Mm-hmm.
Windows, it's sorry, Linux, it's easy to debug, boss. It's this Windows, I have absolutely no idea how it's done.
Yes, sir. So,
okay. But I think this is a good exercise. You've gone through how to debug. So, Jagdish, what you do is Google for it and try it out, and then we'll actually we can see next time around. Okay, I think we are already close to time.
Yes, sir. 10 o'clock.
Okay, but I think this is a good learning experience for every one of you. Okay, so guys, did you understand what we did today?
Yes.
How about rest of you, Venkatesh, Shivkumar, Sailesh? Where are those other people? People left or what?
Sir, Rashakaranya, can you please check this basic Linux commands? Can I share this
Yes,
to our
yes,
team
yeah,
members?
yeah. These are good commands. Share it with everyone.
So basic commands for Linux commands. 25 is there.
So
25 are
what are them? Why is that a lot of people dropped? They didn't like the session or what?
Don't know.
Or were we too harsh? But I think, see, without, if they don't know how to type Linux commands or their first time using laptop, come on, man. This is not going to work for them. This is a long learning curve. Because I think at least on Windows, if you should know easily how to access file system from command line and all that stuff.
So
Okay,
Rama,
so
for next week, what we will do is I'll take the first 30 minutes. So probably you can join bit late, or we can start the
okay,
session bit early. So that way I can cover these basics like the commands and using the command prompt and all that.
okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. That's
So
fine. That will do.
yeah. So next time around, I'll tell you whether you are joining 30 minutes late or I will start 30 minutes early. So
Yeah,
that
you can
way,
start 30 minutes early and then I'll join later.
yeah. So I'll do that, and so that we can cover, and probably that command line utility is like too much for them.
Yeah, but yeah, see the lot of time, right? You will be actually be debugging,
Right.
right? You'll be debugging and at work, that's what you'll probably be doing. So we cannot take this easy because the job is not about just clicking and everything will work. Yes, for most part, everything will work, but when you're stuck, you have to figure things out.
Yep.
So that's what I see. The thing, yeah, that's what I was trying to say. But for those, if you guys want to go through the suffering, I'll stand with you, so we can share the misery together. But if you're dropping off or not attending class in between, then you won't.
Yes, sir. Actually, this is all
Can-
training about us only, but friends are not. Actually, we informed to team before only. Serious people only join the class.
Yeah, but it's okay. I mean, people will learn that they should be a lot more serious. But what I'm saying is that, see, if you're not prepared for it, right, your experience will be frustrating, right? See, there's a pain in learning, but we don't know how to make that frustrating. So
Yeah. So
I mean, with some of you are cooperating, okay, like Jagdish, then we'll continue to work with Jagdish. Okay. So Jagdish, what you do is,
Sir,
I don't have a Windows machine. Let me see if I can get a Windows machine.
sir, it's a.
I'll log in.
I'll promise you. I'll promise you. This is my fault only.
Oh,
So
no, it's okay.
I'll do
No,
that
but this is a good learning experience because
tomorrow.
of course, a lot of people will be using Linux boxes, but think about cloud itself is predominantly about
Linux only,
Linux
right?
machines and
Okay.
these things. Okay,
Yeah.
everything will come on Linux first before coming onto.
Yes, sir. Actually, we have to upgrade ourselves. Then my side.
But
So
do
then
one
only
thing:
will work out.
try debugging it, and midweek ping me and how you are, and then I'll also work. I'll also set up on see how it's on my Windows machine.
I'll try it, sir. I'll
Yeah, I have to
Google
check
it and
if I
do
even
it.
have Windows machine. Okay.
yeah. So I know it's getting late for you, Rama. So let's
Okay.
wind it up. And yeah, like I said, next week I'll try to cover these basics, and then we'll take it from there.
I don't know why they dropped off. They didn't even bother listening. So the thing, what I'm saying is, if they see some of the people here who are already there, they may not need it. I'm thinking only some of them need it, not all. But yeah, talk to them and see how it is.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, buddy. Chalo then.
All right. Yeah. Thank
Thank
you.
you, thank you.
Google
Thank
for
you,
it and then figure out. I think if you try to debug that yourself, it will be a good learning experience.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. And
Okay, thank
beyond that, I'll later, if I have Windows machine, I'll figure it out.
Okay, sir.